Hello, beautiful people. We are back. We're Final Fantasy XIV. And, yeah, I kind of hope we can finally get to Heaven's Ward very soon. So, yeah. But I just realized we also have to do Crystal Tower at some point, and since they are the, Rem Reborn, instances, I figured I would probably do that in between. Like, yeah, I will probably make like a little special or something with those. So yeah, you guys can skip that if you want, because technically it's not a main story, but it will be important later on. That's why you have to do it. So yeah, I will just put that in a separate video, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let's jump into it. Have you a moment, Laura? I believe Ida wishes a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Mumbrida's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Okay. Why am I... Like, see, that's the stuff I don't get. Like, technically, they are way closer friends, right? Like, I just joined. And she's worried about her. So why do I have to check on people, you know? Like, I mean, she's literally 10 steps away. Like, just go check on her, man. Like, it's not that hard. Ugh. It's Laura, great. Oh, it's no use, I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. Oh, now I have to get that flower right. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment, so I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. You better pay extra. Thank you so much, I'll be waiting for you on the daisy at Red Frost. That's the thing, I'm the warrior of light, and they think they can be like, oh, can you do some errands for me? Like, I'm the warrior of light, man. Like, I got other things to do, you know? What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade. And I've got you running errands now. See? She agrees. Them Scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior of Eorzea to the bleeding market. Fine use of your time that is. See? She agrees. I like Rowena. That's probably why they don't like her, because she's just spitting facts, you know? Seriously though, you'd best learn how to say no. Yes, I should. Thank you. Or they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Yes, exactly! Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here then, take it and tell that Ida Les I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. God knows she needs to. Oh, I love Rowena. My girl. Oh my god. Oh, I want to marry her. That's how badass she is right now. Like, she's the only one that isn't like, ah, the Scions are so amazing, because they're not, you know. I'm sorry, I have some deep anger issues towards the Scions. Maybe it has to do because they want to literally unalive me. Also, oh my gosh, I went the wrong way. I'm so dumb. Whoops. I was too in my feels. Couldn't look at the map. Oh, I have to go to Mumbrida's grave again. Or whatever it is. I don't know why, but that mist looks so cool, or whatever that is, but it just looks cool, in my opinion. How is everyone doing, by the way? I hope everyone stays warm, stays comfy. It's getting cold outside. Not in Australia, but everywhere else. Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. I know other people like that. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. Yeah, you should. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again and then again and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. What do you need me for? Like, I knew her for like 2 seconds. Moonbreed, I love these things, you know? I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her. I mean, she was cool, don't get me wrong, but it's just like... We knew her for 2 seconds. That is way too much effort, you know? Especially for what's going on in the world.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will. Me.
I mean, I feel for her, though. I mean, it must be tough, but I don't care, you know?
Riseth to a crescendo.
It's like a news channel. Dragon. Dragons. I can smell Heaven's Word.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we saw the dragons.
Grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Let's go. Hey, but we still got a while to go for Heaven's Ward. I have to fly back myself. Of course I do. Okay, just use return. Joke's on you. Ah, finally. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. And I don't want to sneeze in everyone's ears, so you probably have heard nicer sounds. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeder's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. He doesn't care either. That's why I like Elf, you know. That's why my last hamster was called Elfie. Not really. He was called Elfie because of Peaky Blinders, but, you know, Elfie is cool too. That's why I agreed to it, because otherwise only my boyfriend would have called him Elfie. So yeah, for your information. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kurfus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Well, then let's go. Defenders of Ishgard. The envoy is here. Can't they put some voice acting in? I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries, if I may. Probably took longer to ask for permission to not do the pleasantries than doing the pleasantries, you know? But, oh well. Certainly, you come with news of the Dravanians. Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Aymeric himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble houses, finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own, too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then. We do, though it breaks our pride. It is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the horde. Sir Emmerich will meet with you, discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Kerfus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see, very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Aymerich's authority in this matter, that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard Summer and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. Wear the mantle of hero well. It would seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Laura. See, that's the thing. Every single person appreciates me. Even the evil guys appreciate me. Just not the Scions. They recruited me. You know? Oh, Ishgard. I know that bridge. Oh, rip. Isail? Isail? I don't know. She makes sense though, kinda. I mean, besides, you know, playing with dragons stuff. But
the sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
What's that?
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Holy shit, she's strong, man. Ooh, dragons. I mean, I guess she's kind of evil. I mean, I don't know. Excuse me, I'm trying to drink an energy drink because I slept literally none. So, yeah. Those noises are me trying to drink off a straw. Alrighty. It seems I was the swift Dolora. You two, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. We don't have time to spare, they're dragons, man. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. The gates of judgment? Let's go. Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical words. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. It can't. It's gonna be alright. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Well, maybe the name is giving that away. June. Heretic scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Alright. We need to not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Mother... So it seemed the heretic struck the first, the most telling blow against Ishgard. Sounds, you expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies, we chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. And you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. And let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Aymeric awaits you. Alright. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. No Dorsfall will know where Sir Aymeric means to receive us. I'm probably in that little room again now. And it's not really rocket science stuff, you know. Or in Ishgard. Can't wait to go to Ishgard. It's like feeling like how we really arrived in Heavensward. It's reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Camp Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory. Yeah, like every other time, right? CF, no. Just brain, you know? Use it. Yeah. Let's go inside. Expect some voice acting, Sir Aymeric. Yeah, I can't jump on the table, man. And like not in front of Aymeric. Duh. I thank you for coming with such haste and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, myself, no, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian. Estinian. I mean, obviously, you can skip the story without at least knowing who Estinian is. Badass. I'm gonna lie, when I saw him, I was like, damn, I should be a dragoon too. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lands, Estinian is without equal. See, that's why I didn't become a dragoon. I didn't want to take Estinian's place. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Ishgard's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that Lady Ishgard and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldref, the beast is said to have terrorized Curthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldref plucked from the from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength. Then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son have waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancour. The eye itself is a secret deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics. The dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength, though the endless march of years the dragons endure. Patient, calculating, inexorable, you must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. That is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies, 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defenses. Now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gate. You believe that Lady Ishgard is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain, though we know the heretics covered the eye. We have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rent in Ishgard's protections. This is a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected, unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however. Only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eurasian Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused. See, that's... I mean, in the end, like, yeah, he's right. But I feel like if he has such a big issue that Ishgard did this, why isn't he the bigger person? You know? Like, why do you want to be that person that denies other people help? If you hate people like this so much. Like, isn't it just that in that moment you needed help and someone didn't give it to you and that pissed you off? Rather than being like, yo, you should help people when they need something. Because now you're the same person as him, you know? I just feel like, just be the better person. Like, show the other person that is wrong how to do it. You know? I mean, maybe I'm just a fucking pushover, but I feel like, you know, show the other person how to properly do it. Kinda. And I mean, you can do it once and, I don't know, if they don't learn from it and, you know, leave it at that, but I feel like, you know, just don't become the person that you hate, right? That's what I mean. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Curthus would be buried in snow and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Guardian's arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Curthus. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona, 7 House. Very well, we will assist you in repelling the dragon. See, now he just seems stupid. Because he didn't think as far as Aymeric did. You know? Oh well. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Yeah. Elfino, I expected more from you. Not that I ever think you would. Now upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Aymeric. Yeah, he's the professional dragon slayer, man. For the power of the eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Ooh. Fear not, I'm in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidhogg. He means to hurl his horde against Denethon's color and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Oh. Okay. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Aymeric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. How was he ruthless? I don't know. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes to something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Yeah. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war, there's preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the Antecedent. Why is it always May? Ugh. Dun. Can we please have some voice acting? Like my voice is giving up. Already. Literally just started.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Oh, thank you.
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
Acting like they're thinking.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end.
That's the whole thing. Didn't we literally move to Mordona so we are not bound to any grand companies? So why do we really care? I mean, like, Ishgard needs help, so the Scions should help Ishgard, right? I mean, that's literally our whole thing, that we help all of Eorzea, right? Like, that's literally their job. Or am I totally wrong? Like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Man, the Scions are just annoying as hell.
For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
The dragons are just waiting the whole time now? They're like, oh, you guys figure out your stuff. We'll wait. It's fine. Oh, man. Says Ilbird. Nose. Damn. I like the armor, but I hate that my hair is clipping through it. It's really annoying. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task waits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenants told us but a short flight from the snowfields of Curthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slaveborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. We? You mean me? We are rather close to Curthus, aren't we? We'd best see it to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Laura. I have 101 things to discuss with Slothborn. Well, why doesn't she just go? Like, why do you need me? Like, she's the administration genius and stuff, right? I mean, wouldn't it be better if I went there as fast as possible? Because, you know, I'm a beast. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Curthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding a room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Hello, accomplished adventurer. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Okay. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? God damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ulda. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company is a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all, that and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind, and bugger off like that, he ain't the type. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. There's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Lura. Oh, he's so gonna disappear too. The walls have ears. This hairstyle I always had for my character. So Ishgard seeks sell swords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I've pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is. I'm loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do. Just give me a yes or no, man. I don't care about your inner conflict. Are you up here? Oh. Send me back to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay my fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them nights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hog, he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. Volunteer my service in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. It was to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. Okay, but you're a lancer. It's one step away from a dragoon. There you are, Lura. So, did you sway any hearts? 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slavborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant's tall veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot there's been word from Elfino. Apparently the Alliance leaders are convening in Ulda to discuss Ishgard's plight. They've requested your presence as usual. Anyway, you best make your way to Ulda, or you'll be late. Elfino said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. See, here I was doing Tataru's job. Well, they need me in Ulda. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted the gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we?
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
Why does he need permission from them to help? I mean, wasn't that the whole point of the Crystal Braves?
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Orshaw and Sir Emeric to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Ilbert, what news? Then the assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights and fin the Dravanian horde ere the descent upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Nura, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. Alright. But I will take a quick break here, so I will see you guys in a second. Bye-bye. And we're back. We're here at the Gates of Judgment. You're the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent. Then welcome, there is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The Willy Serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. Alright, alright. Oh. Man, I hate that you can't see anything. Like, I'm literally just focused on the map. What news adventure? The reinforcements decimated, you say. Dravanian devils, damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Steps of faith. Ooh. Here you commit yourself to the siege. You should know that you should know what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith. A great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call the Nifn's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer that thrice damned the witch Ishgard stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask you and your comrades to accompany our defenders at the outermost ward. I should hope that includes us as well, yes? Whoop whoop. The signs of the 7th dawn. We cannot well stand idly by while the horde threatens the good people of Ishgard. Indeed, to do otherwise would go against all that Master Louisoix has taught us. As for where we may be of most assistance, I think it prudent we divide into 2 groups. Ida and I will join the rear guard. Right, if the dragons should reach us, we'll be sure to give them what for. Thank you, all of you. Pray speak with me again when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the Horde. Alright. I'm ready. I trust you are ready then. Good. Come, let us make for the battlefield. That used to be a trial. If I'm not mistaken. But I guess it was pretty boring, so... Lucia the Radiant. I guess she plays Valorant.
Aoife! To me!
Big boy.
moving back.
They always say they have metals well in hand, but then at the end, when the dragon is here, they didn't do any damage.
Know your folly.
It's not looking too good. Oh my god. Hey, the paladin power. Hey. Wait, why doesn't it say duty complete? Oh, thank you. Da, 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 da. Well, that took forever. I think this episode might be a bit longer than the others. The dragons, they are withdrawing. Victory is ours. I mean, it depends on how long the quests are. But probably this episode is gonna be a bit longer. Because I kind of want to finish Reborn now, and then... yeah, we're done. One of Nidhogg's greatest champions slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. And what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter, I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will save my lands. Damn. He's cool though. Very cool. Nura, the dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Commander Leveilleur, Lura, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all of the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray, let us meet anon that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. Yay! We have indeed achieved a victory of singular importance. If the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Ascians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. In this effort, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for tomorrow. There's a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I for one would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Ulda and reassign those braves, those squads suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray, return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Mimphilia in person. We will see to informing the other nations of what took place here, to be sure to give our regards to Mimphilia. Aren't we done? Let me go to Ishgard, man. Nora, welcome back. Effie knows some word of the siege, and of course of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Laura. Thank you. You're welcome. Administrative decisions. Oh, okay. Let's get this done with. You must be weary, Laura, and now may very well be your only chance to. Or not. Antecedent. Aye, speak. A messenger from Ulda arrived with a missive for you. The royal seal, curious indeed. An invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ulnamo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ulda, in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurers contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? But mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn Mumbrida, and I for one am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray, content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Totoro, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Sounds. Of course, an antecedent, and please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Curious, I've never known Totoro decide such requests could all be amiss. Let me guess, check on Totoro, she seems kinda sad. Why am I everyone's psychiatrist? Like, I need a psychiatrist myself. And I pay good money for that. Tataru's not at her desk. No, what is she doing? Tataru is conspicuous by her absence. Philomene, what's up? Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied. Thank you, outside would have been enough. Tataru. Are you hiding? Oh my god. Allura, I see I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. Ah, you always know what to say, Laura. I'm glad we had this little chat. You didn't say anything. Let me guess, she said that Minfilia didn't exactly say, oh, you are also invited to the feast, obviously. Wait, is she even invited? I mean, all the Scions are invited, right? It would kind of suck if she's just like, you're not coming. Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, what with all the recent excitement, but Laura made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying in bed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There is in fact something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Horriboulder and Coltnet have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself and others. More importantly, when I return I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. Okay. What? Hey. That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help Antecedent? Not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Ah yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. And I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Let me guess, it's me. Very well, I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, Antecedent. I take my leave of you. The power to defend oneself. Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Ryuji mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanema. Perhaps she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild, and Nimsa yes, that will be the way of it. And should be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well. It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for her safety. So, if she wants to do this, then let her do this. And don't send your best warrior to check on her. Like, technically it's her time off now. Like, imagine you're at work. then you take some time off to study something or like to go to a course or something like this to be better at your job, and then your boss sends your co-workers to check on you at your course. That is sick. Sorry. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Harry Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I am sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer. That escort duty is frankly beneath a woman of your talents, but I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this matter? Generous to a fault, I thank you, Laura. Now it seems only fair that I explained the import of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behoves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we asked the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Harry Boulder and Coltonut were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. Alas, due to injuries, that adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. Truly are your pearl of strength, Laura. Harry Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. Yeah. I hope this stuff is important for anything. Especially Tataru shit, like... Ah, Laura, is it true that you agreed to lend us a hand? Yes, let's go. What did I tell you, Coltonut? Our misfortune has become a blessing, an opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light herself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route. True, but our mission is the same, separate by realms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Laura, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. Okay. He's waiting in Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Laura, in spirit, we shall be together every step of the way. Aight. I will be right back. I need a breather. And we're back. I hope I won't lose my mind now. At last, a Science woman deigns to grace me with her presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. You don't seem that pleasant, so I don't mind. Our first destination is Isambhar. Come, we are late enough as it is. Wow. Oh my god, does he know who I am? Like, yeah, I'm letting the whole Warrior of Light thingy go to my head. I know that, alright? I'm very aware of that. But I am the Warrior of Light. So, deal with it. And respect me. Because I can smite you, man. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not to explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. Then please stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. I am standing watch. Oh no, monsters. What shall I do? I just hope they're gonna not bother him while he is calibrating stuff and doing his work. I see we've both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome, though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, thank both ways, shall we? Oh my god. Did no one tell him that the warrior of light, like literally the savior of Eorzea, is being his escort? I mean, like, I can't blame him if he doesn't know. Like, he probably doesn't give a shit, but, you know, they should have told him that I'm a pretty big shot. I mean, he's gonna feel dumb as hell when he finds out. In my opinion. Right, about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts. That's alright. Right, I should do it more quietly. Because, you know. I mean, to be honest, I kind of get it. Like, I mean, if I was doing some research stuff and that kind of stuff, then I hear some big-ass chicken, like, quay in my ear. Eh. I mean, imagine you're taking, like, a really long, hard test. Then like you need to focus so hard, and then you hear that big ass chicken being like, wee, you know. I mean, that's kind of hard. Fascinating. These readings are not all what I expected, though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I'm not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Rursake. We have one more site to survey. I can't trust this dude. No, like, he doesn't care about my work, I don't care about his work, so why does he tell me all that stuff? Like, I'm just here to be his bodyguard. That's literally it. You know? Like, don't tell me about your job. Like, just do it. It's like when you go to someone and they explain to you what their job is. I mean, if I ask you for it, yeah, please tell me. But if I don't ask you for it, then don't tell me. Like, just do your job, you know? If I don't care, then I don't care. I just let you do your job. Like, I trust you that you can do your job. Obviously, if I ask, then I don't properly trust you. Oh, there are more. I said I should prove him valuable to your gods. What is that stench? Did you saw her creep of adamantos when my back was turned? Quickly now, to camp tranquil, I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. He is such a blessing, isn't he? Or she. I don't even know. It. They. Looks like a guy. Figured. You chose to paddle in the Ichor a while longer, I take it. No matter, I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in yours as ambient ether concentration since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. I must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's found. The ambient ether concentrations are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant. Yes, no, don't bother answering. That was before I could now come along. I still don't care, man. No, can I not fly for you? Oh, there we go. Oh. I am so looking forward to Heaven's Word. I'm really excited for Heaven's Word when all of this is finally done. And I don't have to struggle with this anymore. This place is pretty. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray you find a suitable position and yeah, blah. Yes, it's quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th century era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference, or is there something else? Something else? And he walks off. Something else. Zion, come here, I need you. Dun dun dun. Oh, it's Wilred. No? The boy. You're not my friends. Help has arrived. Why is he here? Aren't they supposed to go with the other scholars? There you are, Laura. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return to the appointed hour. Got it like a hawk, but not by one. No, these ones were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilra to come here? What should we do? We'll see to the scholar's protection, Laura. And the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. Yeah, how am I supposed to know what happened? And so do I. Yeah, everyone wants to know. Smartass. At least something interesting is happening now, you know? Alright, but I think we will take a break here because I think it's still gonna take a while. So I will see you guys in the next part. Thank you so much for watching, and I think in the next part we will finish around Reborn, and then after that we will do the Crystal Tower quest. I don't know how many parts it's gonna be. I think it doesn't fit in one part. I think it's a bit longer. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!